Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Thursday, February the 12th. My name is Barry Enerson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. All right, pretty exciting right now for me anyway. I'm in this gene. I'm still in it. And, this goes to show that, this is up 66%. I got in here when it was probably already up 50%. Just goes to show that as long as you get a somewhat decent pattern, you can, even though a stock is way up, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't take the trade. Now, this is something, of course, that I wish I'd got into a lot earlier, but I have to admit that my strong suit is not these cheap ones, and it's not that I shy away from them, but I do tend to concentrate on the more expensive ones. I'm just it's sort of a comfort index for me, I suppose. But when I was looking at my, let's bring it in here in my strong stocks window, Gene was there constantly, and of course we were talking, people were talking about it in the room. So when it broke through six, I looked at it right here, obviously very parabolic through six, and would have been nice to have taken it right there, but I decided on this little pullback that I would take it right here at 635. Now, I did have to weather this little storm at 606. I was definitely going to dump it if it broke through six, but I was able to hold on, and then now it is just zoomed up. Now I'm out half at 738 from 635, so there's over a dollar on that one, and I do see that it is coming down right now. And if it gave up seven, I would get rid of the other half. So I'll just have to I'm going to keep an eye on it in another window, another screen, another monitor. Sorry, a little bit exciting here though. Okay, now let's take a look at the other trades that I did. And I mentioned in the room, and I think that this one was just a fantastic setup. Here we are, American Express. Here's the pre-market, and it's just getting hammered in the pre-market all the way down to 79.47. And then the market opens, and you can see here that, okay, sorry about that. I just had my eye on Gene still, but anyway, what I said was, this obviously got hammered in the pre-market, and now look, this is American Express. We know it's not going out of business. I don't even know what the news was. I don't think it's an earnings play, but at any rate, what it was doing though, it was basically kind of solidifying. Now, this is an early trade for me. That's a 5-minute candle. I don't usually take the trades this early, but it looked like it was trying to hold 80, and so. I took the trade at 80.13 with a stop basically at 80. And, I got out the first half here at 80.94. And this, because I sold the first half, and so I'd already made some money, even though this downturn, if I hadn't sold anything here, I'm sure I would have got out of it right here. Now, this was quick though. This came down and then right back up. So it wasn't like I had a lot of pain right here for a long time. It basically went right back up. And then it popped through 81, and I sold the second half at right here at 81.19. So again, $1.06. So there's two plays that I made over a dollar on. So sort of, I think the last couple of days I hadn't been able to make a dollar in any plays. So good to get back, good to get that one going again. Now, uh, what else? I just want to take a look at Gene. I do have it, but I just want to see what the pattern's looking like. Okay, it's looks like it's coming. Okay, 740. All right. It went down to 710, so almost would have stopped me out, but not quite. But anyway, I do have to keep an eye on it. Now, FireEye. FireEye was an earnings play, and I'm only bringing this up to attention. I did take the trade right here at 40.10, and it popped around, and this was really, really a tough one to hold. You see, look how choppy it was. And really what I had said is that if it could get back up through 40, this was it hit 40 right here and then it pulled back, and then I said if it could get through 40 I would take the trade, and I did take the trade, and it looked like it was going to start working. Got up to 40.26 and then it just started coming down again. So I think I've tried, I know I've tried to trade fire in the past, and it can be extremely volatile. And I mean, look at these I mean, look, this one is at what, 40.23 and then all the way down to 39.77. You're going to get stopped out. So I decided I didn't need the aggravation anymore. So I got out of that trade right here at basically flat. ALK was, to me, it was surprising. This this came on originally on one of my weak stocks, and again, you can see how it had been beaten down a little bit. Well, not a little bit, quite a bit. It's still down $2.10. And so I was watching this one, and it kind of gyrated a little bit through here, and I wanted to take it over the whole number of 63. And so I saw it. You see how it came up here, came back down, the pullback, and then it popped up, and then that came up again, down again, up again, and then this candle looked decent. It looked like, okay, now maybe it's going to have some legs. And so I took the trade here at 63.09. It immediately got up to 63.25, and then the sell-off started. And of course, that got me a little bit nervous. It tried right there to rebound, but I just didn't have the faith in it. So I once it broke down through the whole number, and I was very lucky to get out at 62.99 actually for a 10-cent loss, because it really just collapsed after that, and it's really done nothing since then. So that was a trade that did not work. TMH that was okay. This came, let's see, from one of my bounce plays, and I missed. Actually, that's right. Al came from the bounce play too. I forgot about that. It was I had alerted earlier on, so that's how I was watching it. So TMH came at 60.04. So I love that when it's just at the whole number and at 11:30. So I got the alert right here, and I decided it looked like here's a narrowing 5-minute candle, a little bit of a tail right there. Looked like the selling was over. So when it popped over the whole number, I took it at 60.10 and was able to sell half at 60.40 fairly quickly. And then it was just, it was doing nothing for a bit, and I decided to get rid of the other half at you don't see it here, but it's actually 60.38, just a little bit lower than that. And it's really done, popped up a little bit more, but it's really done not that much. So not a lot of continuation in this one. But you know what? I'll take this. I'll take this. It's the again, it's a quick trade, 60.10 to 60.40 in certainly less than 10 minutes. So it's a nice quick trade. C. Okay, C came on the lifetime high alerts, and I saw this go up to the lifetime high. It broke up to 46. I received the first alert right there. You see when it broke over 46. Again, my lifetime high alerts I'm only getting alerted when at a whole number break, and it came back down, and then it regained it. So I thought, okay, this has it has its pullback is over, and now it's ready to resume. And so I took the trade at 46.16 and wrote it out. I thought actually this was going to maybe make another lifetime high alert for me at 47. It looked like it had that feeling to it, but it just stalled. And so I took half the trade out at 46.30, and then the other half out at 46.20, and it's really done nothing since. So again, not a lot of continuation for it. Now here is one that we really, really wanted, and let's see, am I doing this right? Yes. Now let me try to. I'll have to get this a little bit. So Bungie. Now Bungie is still down $10. And we kept trying to find a way to get into this, but it was just whipping up and down. It just, it looked like, okay, it's coming up here. Nope. Okay, it's coming up here. Nope. coming up here. No, you see what was happening. It was really frustrating trying to find a level here. So again, a little pullback here, and then this action, a little bit of a pullback. Finally, I said, okay, you know what? If it goes over 81, I'm going to take the trade, and with a hopefully a tight stop at 80, 84 on this bottom. So I took the trade at 80, 80.08, and bottom line is I was able to get out half of it here at 81.62 on this, and then as it was selling off, I dumped the other half at 81.30, and then look what happened the next candle. It just zoomed right up there to 81.85, but it's come all the way back down. So this was a very difficult trade to time, and I was lucky. I guess I was lucky to get what I got out of it actually. I was beating myself up a little bit by not if I just waited probably about 1.5 minutes. I think that's what it was. Then I would have got this candle. But it was a tough one to try to time. Now here's the one actually. I forgot about this one, the zoo. This is the one I really wanted today because Zoo is down. It's a cheap one, and you can see it's still down $5. And let's take a look at where it closed yesterday. So here's where it closed yesterday, up at 2005, and it hit in the this is yesterday afternoon. It released earnings, I guess, down to 14.18. And so in the pre-market, I see this, and it reminded me a lot, of course, of Coupon and PIR from yesterday. So PIR was yesterday, and about the same kind of price range, about that same amount down, and Coupon the day before was the same sort of thing. Again, about the same price range and the same amount down, and they gave us some wonderful trades. So I had high hopes for this one, but you can see that it just did well. Let me back up here a little bit. So here's where it opened. And yes, it popped right up immediately over $15. And I thought, oh, God, it's too bad. I've lost it. But then it got sold off, and then a huge sell-off all the way down to here, 15.50. And then it started to regain. And look at this. I mean, there it hit 15. And, I was certainly willing to take the trade if it got over 15. But it hit 15, and it tried again, 14.97, and it just would not break it. So this was an unfortunate one, because I was definitely going to wait for a 15 break. It's too messy. It's just too messy to try to trade all this. Right here was it looked actually pretty good, 14.63 along base here. Look, here's where the pop was. It got up to what, 14.78. If it just continued through 15, I certainly would have taken it, but it just didn't do it. So this was I guess what I would call the disappointing trade. Well, I didn't trade it, but I had a lot of high hopes. I'd said this is the one I was going to concentrate on. But the minute all this happened, I went right to American Express and I got a good trade out of that. So, and okay, I am still in Gene. I see I've got my stop in at just under $7, so I'm still in it. So we'll have to see what happens. But again, just goes to show that just because the stock was already up, I'm sure it was up over 50% at this point. It doesn't. People say to me, how can you trade a stock that's up 50%? I mean, it's already had its move. Well, not necessarily. These momentum stocks have a life of their own, and as long as you get a decent pattern to trade from, you can still trade it. Of course, I missed the majority of the move, but believe me, I'm really happy to get into this. All right, that's it for today. Let me just bring back the cover page. Here's how to get into the trading room, and you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow on Friday. I don't know what sort of day it's going to be because Monday's a holiday, but it doesn't. Sometimes everybody says, well, Friday being a holiday, it's going to be really slow. You never know. So I hope to see you in the trading room tomorrow.